this century, it's estimated that more than 200 million people will be born via IVF. That's amazing. Today, we've got two of the leading minds in the world of fertility. They're changing the way women have babies with a revolutionary invention, and it's all being tested right here in our city. Please welcome Dr. Angie Beltzow, CEO of Vios Fertility Institute Chicago, and Ann Watson with fertility startup called Tomorrow. They're this week's Lady Bosses. Hi, Doctor. Hi, Ann. Wow. I mean, I am amazed at those statistics. 200 million people will be born via IVF.
It used to be that we would estimate, 9 million babies, and now it's going to be over 200 million babies will be born with our friends, our family, rather than sex. Things are changing.
Things are definitely changing. And Ann, I want to talk about the change that's happening, and it's all because of an AI robot that will be handling the embryos. Explain this. It's very fascinating.
It is. Well, when you think about those 200 to 300 million people that will be born due to IVF, they're actually going to become, most of them will come from a frozen cell. So the need to have a cryo-storage environment that's safe and secure for life's most precious cell is essential.
Right. How is it done now, and how is this different?
Angela, we're going to talk about how it's done now.
It's really interesting. Lately, we've been seeing technology seep into our lives. Look at Uber and apps.
Sure.
In the world of fertility, we are seeing the manual labor where I'm writing out labels with hand, and there's a lot of manual labor and analog, and that's getting transitioned now to automation using artificial intelligence. So we have a robotic cryo tank where your egg, sperm, or embryos would be kept safe. Amazing.
This is amazing. When should women start thinking about IVF, and how important is it to take charge of your body and to actually freeze those eggs and be a part of the process?
Right? You have to be thoughtful, and we think about our pap smears and our blood pressure, and we have to also be very mindful of our reproductive health, not just checking other parts of our body, but taking charge of our fertility. And at Vios Fertility, we have the Vios Pulse. So women who are trying to get pregnant and it's not happening, you can do a simple blood test and ultrasound along with your husband's sperm test and understand your fertility and make decisions. And importantly, you bring up, what if you're not ready to have kids right now? That's also a critical time for us to understand what's our body doing and have knowledge so we can make critical decisions going forward.
Right. How early is too early, and how late is too late?
Ooh, good question.
I mean, I'm 45. I toy around with this idea, but I think I might be a little late.
Come and talk to me.
No way.
Come on.
But I want to see my baby. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. I'm very interested.
No, it's a really important question for women. We oftentimes aren't getting pregnant like our grandmother or great-grandmother at age 18. Now a lot of people go to school, they get jobs, and so they're delaying having a child. So I think if you're in your 20s, certainly early 30s, you should understand your fertility. And as you look at your future, the future's bright. So, if you dream of having a child, you should come talk to me.
Right. And when you think about the very first step, because you're talking about dreams, right? And you're thinking it's so far down the road. When you finally decide to take that first step, what should the first step be? Go to Vios?
Yes. One of the things that we want to do is understand if we have eggs left. We're only born with so many, and are they still good? How long are they lasting? They don't last forever. So I think getting a sense of that can help you make impactful decisions about, should I freeze my eggs? Or maybe, we're not going to delay having kids. We're going to get busy now.
Exactly. And I want to bring you into this conversation and talk about why tech-enabled storage, when it comes to this subject in particular, is so important now.
When you think about it, it was just almost a little over a year ago where 2 clinics sadly lost over 4,000 embryos. And those can't ever be replaced.
Oh my gosh.
So it is more than ripe for a time for a technology like this today to come in and positively disrupt the IVF community.
Right.
To ensure the safety and security of our life's most precious cell.
How gratifying is it for you two lady bosses to be in this business knowing that you are helping a family who wants to have the gift of life?
Right? Isn't it so
game changer.
cool? It's very humbling. but it's a blast.
It is a blast. Well, thank you so
Thank
much, ladies, for
you.
coming on.
Thanks for having
And if you want more information about the VIOS Fertility Institute, make sure you go to viosfertility.com.